it's going down. My house party, party. Welcome to my house party, party. Welcome to my house party, party. Welcome to my house party, party. So rock all on my table, bitches in the living room. They gon' ask you at the door.
Generally speaking, a minor in possession normally is accompanied by what's called a courtesy summons. It's a ticket. That's what most people would call it. Usually a person is not arrested in the sense that they're taken to jail. Being issued a summons or being issued a ticket is an arrest in the legal sense of the term. You're being detained and you're being charged with something formally. So that's actually an arrest, and a lot of people don't understand that. And so it does associate itself with a criminal record, and it is reported as such. But a minor possession charge normally doesn't accompany it, going to jail.
MIP, fines up to $500 or more, suspension of driver's license, probation, community service, mandatory enrollment in alcohol or drug classes. How would receiving an MIP affect your future?
Well, first of all, it would be on my permanent record at Clemson, so that would affect any job opportunities that I wanted in the future. And also, people would be able to access that if I tried to apply to another school, which I'm currently trying to do. So it would have a very negative side effect on my life. And also, if you get an MIP, they now do alcohol testing on your urine. So you can't drink anymore if you get one, basically, if you get caught. So that would also have a negative impact on my life.
Education major, so I wouldn't be employed after school if I got an MIP.
Okay, thank you. Are you aware of the consequences of an MIP?
No.
Have you ever had an MIP?
Yes.
What is your view on MIPs?
I think that they're important, I guess, to an extent, but I feel like we were being pretty safe. And
what consequences did you suffer after receiving your MIP?
We had to do 20 hours of community service, and we had an $800 fine, and we had, or not 800, it was like 700, and we had a 8-hour class that we had to take.
What's your name?
Andrew Weil.
What's your year at Clemson?
I'm a freshman.
And have you ever received an MIP?
Yes, I have.
How many have you received?
Just heard a knock on the door. I was like, oh my god, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. It was the worst situation and the most unfortunate event that could have happened at the time.
What consequences did you suffer?
We had to take a 20-hour class, 10-hour class.
Drug test is 8 hours.
8-hour class. We had to take a drug test, random drug test that screened our alcohol and the kind of drugs.
So they further tested you for alcohol?
Yes. And we had 20 hours community service. We had to take a 4-hour, I think, driving class, which I didn't really understand why, because we weren't driving or had any intent to drive. And we had to write a paper for the school. Chance had to do more. We had to do other things.
I was in the dorm room down in Columbia, and I drank a little too much, and then they called the cops, and I received an MIP. It was quite awful, probably one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my life. My parents told me not to drink before I went and did it. I don't really know why I did it. I guess wanted to fit in or whatever, and I drank a little too much, and I got caught for it. And I didn't really. I knew I was in trouble, but I didn't really know all the danger of what was going to happen when I got this. The cop, explained to me while I was impaired that I would easily be able to get into a class and it would get off my permanent record. Well, come to find out later, it's not that easy. My dad had to hire a lawyer. I had to spend a lot of money to even get into the class. And then I finally got in the class. I had to do 30 hours of community service. I had to pay a lot of court fees. I'm in debt to my father right now. So being a college student, it just was not the best economic decision I've ever made. And I really wish I'd known the consequences before I drank. or I probably would not have done it. I definitely would not have done it. This whole experience has changed my outlook on alcohol completely. I went from, coming up here, wanting to have a good time, wanting to party, to, after getting this MIP, to really looking at people who drink as being stupid. Like, this is not right. You can really screw up your life. I'm in danger of losing my scholarship, and I haven't even, had my first full year yet, and it really sucks. So
is there any advice you want to give to like future Clemson Tigers or anyone coming to college for the first time that doesn't have a clue about MIPs or?
Yeah, I wouldn't drink. It's well worth the wait to drink when you're legal or drink when you're at home with your parents. I don't understand, you go to frat parties and they care and they want you to drink, everybody wants you to drink, everybody thinks it's cool to drink. But when the cops come knocking on the door, everyone doesn't care anymore. They turn on you. And it's just going to be you and your parents and your money. None of those friends at the party that were drinking with you are going to help you pay your court fees, help you do your community service, help clean your record, or even look after you after you get in trouble with this MIP. So, I would not drink at all. I just keep it dry and do it with your parents.
Pull up.
Frank.
Headshot.
Frank.
Sit down.
Frank.
Stand up.
Frank.
Pass out.
Frank.
Wake up.
Frank.
Fade it.
Frank.
Fade